Right then guys, so today we're going to be building a beat using this Spectrasonic's Omnisphere. See producers and beat makers using it absolutely everywhere. And if you look online, there's plenty of people who rave about it and say it's packed full of sound. But I also see plenty of people that say it's packed full of filler sounds. If you have newer plugins, it's kind of pointless. I've got a lot of the alternative plugins they speak about, like Nexus 5, Serum, Analog Lab, V Collection, so on and so forth. But there's always something that keeps drawing me back to the idea of Omnisphere. So I'm going to go ahead and get this installed and then we'll make a beat. I did purchase this with my own money. It cost me £309 from Music Matter. I ordered it yesterday. It arrived this morning. Absolutely no complaints on the service there. Shipping was free shipping as well. This is the version that comes with the installation SSD, so that's always nice. Right then, I'm going to get it installed and we'll jump straight into it. Okay, so we're all installed. Time to cook up a beat. I'm just going to set my tempo here to about 160 BPM. I'm pretty sure I'm going to repitch my melody, so I'm just going to start in E minor, and then we'll probably come down by a few semitones. And I'm just going to start this one today with some pads maybe. Just bring that all the way across. This will probably be like a dark trap melody. And usually with trap, I really don't want to make it too melodic. So we'll just copy this up an octave as well. Maybe come down here. Could add in the fifth of the chord. Maybe bring it up on this one. Do the same here. I like that, it's got a nice dark feel. Pull out any low end. Filter off the top a little bit as well. Freeze and flatten this and get it into audio form. A little bit of Portal just to get that granular feel. It's a little bit less on that though. Let's freeze and flatten that again. Let's try reversing some sections here. I think with this first section here, as it was fading in, now it kind of fades out when it's reversed. So I'm just going to copy this one back over here. I think that's better like that. Join those with Control and J. For the second layer, I think I'm just going to go with some keys. As we're going for a dark beat here, I'm just going to do like a really repetitive kind of arpeggio. Let's switch it up here at the end of the second bar. Okay, I like that, but let's randomize these notes. And these last two bars here, let's drop these down just to match the pad from earlier. Take out the low end. Small amount of reverb on these. A little bit of pan shaping as well. Okay, so one more layer before we convert it all down into audio. Maybe try out some of these organs. Just drop the volume on the organ as it's a little bit loud. And with this, I don't really want it playing all the time, so I'm just going to add something at the end of each two bars. Maybe switch it up here. The other way around, in fact. Copy that over. Drop the volume on that down. I want it to be quite subtle in the background. Bring these up a little bit. Just a bit of reverb as well. Bit of chorus on these too. Get a little bit of motion with some kickstart as well. Set that a bit faster. Okay, so I'm liking the way this feels, but I just want to turn it all into audio so we can play around with it a bit more. Start by reversing every second half bar. Gives it a bit of a different feel. Join that together again with Control and J. Try a bit of half time on here. Bring this mix down. A little bit more. Right here, I think. The half time's just taking the pitch down a little bit too low, so let's pitch this up. Maybe go to +8. I know that'll take me to around about C minor. Sounds better there. Could even try +9, that'll be C sharp minor. I think I prefer it here. Freeze and flatten that. For the next layer, I've just found this Syst 8 tubular bells in the bells and vibes. It's just like a really dark tubular bell with a lot of atmosphere. So as you can see on this preset, we've got a lot of low end rumble here that's really not doing anything. So let's just pull that out. Always just helps to clean up the low end rumble just to get a cleaner mix. Pull the volume down on that. Got some really nice kind of dark atmosphere. Now the sample's quite full already. I don't think it really needs too much melody wise. So I'm just going to do one more layer with the counter melody and then we can look at some low end. So for this layer, I've gone for some Turkish dulcimers. Now I want to do like a tremolo type thing, something like this. Just as like a little accent. I'm probably not going to be able to play it in right, but I'll give it a go and we can just correct it. Okay, so not perfect, but we can definitely work with these. Let's just start by quantizing them. Pretty sure these are on the triplet grid. We'll just go to 1/8 triplets. Let's just sort out some of these velocities. So let's bring this one up, bring a few of these down. So I kind of want a soft hit and then a stronger hit. Maybe something like that. Okay, let's copy these over to here. All the way across. Do the same here as I basically want the same pattern. This kind of further adds to that atmosphere. Let's come into the envelope here and add some panning. Just going to right click and then add this shape. Now I probably don't want it this extreme, so let's pull this in. Do the same here at the bottom. Go just a little bit further. Copy these all the way across. And let's just highlight them all. And we'll just grab this part here, this here as well, just so that the panning kind of happens more over time. It kind of gets wider as the sample plays on. Bring the volume down on that further. Take out the low end. Just a little bit of reverb as well. Now I don't think these will play the whole time. These will just play in the chorus section. Add a little bit of low end next. I feel like some low frequencies can always really help gel a sample together. Now there's a preset in here called the Growler Moog Bass. I've heard Dixon Beats talk about this preset a bunch in the past. So let's give that one a try. Yeah, that sounds tough. Just kind of adds that weight to the sample. A lot of time with these kind of Moog or Reese basses, I like to overlap the notes a little bit so they pitch bend. So it just gives it a different feel from that. Bring the level on this down though. This will just play when there isn't an 808. Okay, let's structure this sample out a bit. So we've got a section with just a sample on its own. Then a section with this bell in. It's kind of subtle, but just adds a little bit of something to it. Then we can have a section with this bass part. And then we got a section here with these kind of Middle Eastern strings as well, but without the bass. On the section without the bass, maybe we could bring in like a low pitch piano. Not really too sure if they've got something like that in Omnisphere. Obviously, Spectrasonics have Keyscape for that kind of thing. We'll see what we can find in here. This Dream piano might work, maybe. Bring the release on this patch down, bring the decay down as well, and just the sustain just a little bit, and these just a little bit earlier as well. I think that's better. Bring out some of the lower frequencies as well, as I think that's just a bit too much. We'll boost some of this presence up here. Drop the volume on here a bit as well. We kind of want that tone in there, but we don't want it to be kind of overpowering. It's better. Okay, let's loop this section and start some drums. For the drums today, I'm going to be using some of Durkey's drum kits. Shout out to Durkey as well. I think he makes some of the best tutorials here on YouTube. Going to use this Rex hi-hat. I'm just going to tighten it up a little bit though. Add in some lower notes as well with the velocity turned down. Let's just spice these up with a little bit of random panning. Brings them out on the stereo field. Always makes it sound so much harder. Let's do a small amount of randomization on the velocities as well. Always sounds so much better. For the 808, we could just go with the spins. Maybe we could use this holy water one instead, actually. Switch it up for a change. Really simple 808. Got a nice bounce to it. So I've just changed the filter here to PRD and I've boosted the drive a bit. Then I've added the knot clipper. And I've set it more towards soft clipping. We've just boosted it a bit further within the clipper itself. Obviously hits way harder now. Bring the volume down a little bit to make some room for the kick though. So I'm just going to go for this Sahil kick. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right at all. However, this is the one we're going to use. So I've just followed the pattern of the 808s here. Where there's some rolls for the 808, such as at the end here, I've just left it open for the 808s to hit through. Sounds hard. Add one of these open hats next. For these, I'm just going to do a really simple bounce, so we'll go for here and here. Maybe do an extra hit here at the end as well. Which adds really nicely to the bounce. Let's get a second snare going as well. Maybe even try these on the triplet grid here. Just use this ramp function here. Go for this Neza perk. Go for this zap as well. think we could do like a second hi-hat for the chorus section. Maybe something like this one. Keep these really simple. Maybe just something like this. And these out to the left. Drop the volume down. I don't want them too much. I just want them to kind of emphasize in the chorus. Do some little rolls with this no auto perk as well. On that over to the right, I'm just going to go ahead and add the Ember Crash out the Keep It 500 kit. As always, the link's in the description down below. It's a completely free kit if you want to get it. I'll also leave a link to Durkey's kit down below. It's not a free kit, but it is a really good one that I highly recommend. So if you're interested in getting any of the kits, there'll be a link down in the description for those as well. Just bring the velocity down on this. Kind of adds that impact at the start. Beat's sounding hard. See how these drums sound over on this section. Right, so I've given the beat a quick structure. Of course, let me know what your thoughts are on Omnosphere in the comments down below. And let me know what you think of the final beat as well.